Increased defense spending is expected to be a major focus of the new budget coming out in a few weeks. One of the facilities greatly benefiting from government spending is in the Joint Systems Manufacturing Center in Lima, Ohio, the site of the only remaining tank factory in the United States. Our Morgan Brennan is there live and joins us this morning. Hey, Morgan.
Hey, Carl, that's right. There is only one place in the entire Western Hemisphere that still makes tanks. It is here in Lima, Ohio, at the Joint Systems Manufacturing Center. This is government-owned, it is General Dynamics operated, and it is the place where the U.S. Army's main battle tank has been manufactured since the 1980s. Now, 5 years ago, the Army was questioning whether it was still going to make tanks, whether it still needed tanks. It even considered idling operations here. You could really say this production line was near death. But today, it's different. You see the military looking to modernize. The geopolitical threats have shifted, and with them, America's defense strategy. And the project director for the Army's tank systems tells me things have changed.
5 years ago, when this facility was down at the lowest production levels, the majority of that was foreign military sales. We relied heavily upon foreign military sales. Over the last 5 years, we've done approximately $9.1 billion worth of foreign military sales to the different countries: Kingdom Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Morocco, Egypt. And that actually kept this facility alive and well until we could get back in it. And that's the problem we have with a 15-year war of route clearance and this facility. They did an industrial-based study and determined that we needed to make sure that this facility was operational to do exactly what we're doing right now with these tanks. So from that study came the funding out of Washington.
Now, last year, Congress allocated about $1.5 billion to modernizing tanks. This year, it's more, $2.1 billion. They've also invested $100 million just in upgrading this facility, adding new robotics, for example. I want to put all of this in perspective. As recently as December 2016, this facility was turning out about 1 tank per month. Today, that's up to about 6 tanks per month. And by next year, as operations continue to ramp up, given the orders that are already in place and essentially locked in from both the U.S. and our international allies, General Dynamics expects that to be 34 tanks per month. Now, for those of you who maybe aren't as familiar with military operations, you might be wondering, do we need to be spending more money on tanks, or is this politics? Well, I did speak with a high-ranking Army official who is involved with the project here. Here's what he had to say.
Abrams tank is still the main platform that we have in our formation and our fights that we need when we fight any type of peer-on-peer adversity. We have other tanks and continue to have overmatch over those.
So increased production also means increased jobs. We're going to be getting into all of that a little bit more in the next hour. But in the meantime, guys, just to give you some details about the machinery that is behind me right now, it's about $48 million worth of hardware here. These are the Abrams M1A2 tanks. From contract to delivery, they take about 12 months. Each costs about $12 million. We're going to tell you more about those in detail next hour or two. Back over to you.
They are incredible machines, as anyone who's ever been lucky enough to take a ride in one knows. Morgan, we can't wait for more. A lot more from Morgan Brennan in the next hour on Squawk Out.